Hello everyone, Pete Brooker from Tailors with Love. Today I'm going on a tour of Nene Valley Railway with my friend and contributor to Nene Steam Magazine, Marc Hernandez. Nene Valley Railway was of course featured in the train sequences in Octopussy, and Marc is an ardent Bond fan, so I can't wait to show you the locations we went to. I went with my family, and just look how chuffed my niece Rosie is there to go on an actual Bond location adventure with me. That's fantastic. Although she did cheer up once she got some sugary treats on the train, bless her. Matt Spaiser, he's also going to join me at the end. We're going to have a quick look at the Mishka outfit that Roger wore once he, did over Mishka and then, consequently did over Grishka. All that to come. Stay tuned.
I write for Nene Steam Magazine, which is the magazine of the railway, and I just so happen to have a copy here. I didn't write for this particular issue because this particular issue, you can see here, is from 1982.
Get closer. Wow, look at that.
This is Roger Moore on the front cover, rocking a Lacoste.
Wow, it
jacket.
is, isn't it? A Lacoste jacket.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I've never seen that before.
So this was sort of what he wore over when he was, I guess in between, scenes and things, when he was relaxing and things.
In and around, yeah.
Yeah, he put that, jacket on, and obviously you can see there he's, got suit trousers and shirt on there. But yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, they filmed the train scenes for Octopussy here in 1982. So in fact, September. So this time, 37 years ago, they were filming here.
Right here.
And I'll show you something that they did on this specific day. But anyway, we're here at Wansford. Now in Octopussy, this doubled for Karl Marxstadt.
Sure.
So in the film where he says, I've got to go to Karl Marxstadt, I can't remember the exact line, but he arrives here and Roger arrives, and the first time you see him, he's carrying a basket over his shoulder. He borrows a circus roustabout jacket, which you'll probably know more about than me in terms of the tailoring of it, where it was made and everything. But that particular scene was filmed on the side of the platform here.
Right, okay.
So the camera angle was facing this way with the signal box in the background, and Roger with basket over his shoulders. He's sort of trying to disguise himself, not so Magda doesn't see him. And then all the Octopussy circus girls are on there just about to get on the train.
Wow, okay. And then is that the moment where he goes underneath the train?
That's further down when he's sneaking around. I'll show you further down a few bits there.
Yeah, wonderful.
If you want to see.
Great.
Basically, they used 4 of these boxcars.
Right.
They're called CCT wagons. So these were used in the filming, basically on the Octopussy circus train. And this one, if you see it on the top there, they've put one of the roof hatches on there.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
So in the filming, they added these on there. Because obviously in the film where he's running across the top of the train, and then
and then he has to go in and out.
Yeah.
So that was something that the production did.
Yeah.
Part of the design for that.
There was 4 that we used, as I say. One of them obviously stored the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Now it's used to store crisps, refreshments.
I see.
So you can see here, so when the train pulls up,
people can go in and have.
So it's all locked up, and they'll bring the refreshments out. The guys who restored this, it took them about 4 years.
Really?
To do it. I mean, you'll see when you see the state of what it because it was just they had to strip everything back.
That is incredible. Well,
What's interesting as well, which you won't know in the film, is that on here, loads of this stuff, like these bits here, this just looks like it's part of the fixtures and fittings. Like these, but these were added on. They welded all this stuff on, like this, in the film. And if you think about it, when he's climbing up, so the stuntman could climb up.
Oh, really?
In the film, it just looks like natural. That, he's using what's there to climb up. But
sure.
They worked, you can see there, dum.
Mark, tell me about Nene Steam Magazine. How do people get hold of it? How do they buy it?
Well, Nene Steam Magazine is it's the members' magazine. It's the magazine of the railway. So if people kind of come to, they can buy it in the shops, the latest issue. And if you become a member of the Nene Valley Railway, then you automatically get a copy of it.
Okay, great.
I can show you some other ones in the shop and things and sell the latest ones.
And what other things can the members get? What is What do members get when they sign up for Nene Valley Railway?
They get to come and work at the railway.
Yeah.
They get to help run the railway. They get sort of, cheaper sort of, discounts on travelling on here. But I mean, mainly the people, it's just to sort of to help run it.
This is mainly run by volunteers, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a core of, half a dozen people who, permanent staff. You've seen that in the office, general manager, there's like an admin assistant, and then we've got a few sort of full-time staff that look after the trains and the engines.
Yes.
For the engineers. But the majority of it, like some of the people you've met here today, they're volunteers.
Yeah.
So that's how the railway, keeps running, because people, everybody's got their own little sort of niche and interest and skill, and they'll, come at the weekend, whether it's, tending to the flowers, or just, helping out and being, sort of station master and just helping it and showing people around. Yeah, so there's been all sorts of things, but obviously the Bond one was the big one. Yeah. And I'm so pleased you've come here, because I get bored, locally, everyone's like, oh yeah, they filmed the Bond. It's almost like, yeah, but you don't realise what they did. You don't realise how long they were here and what a big deal it was. For the railway, it was the first film contract they had. They'd had a few bits of sort of TV, which, they'd come here and they'd film maybe for a day, but they were here. Bond, Eon were here. The first unit was here for a week, and then the second unit with the stunt guys, stunt team, they were here for another 6 or 7 filming it, and all that stuff that went on. Mostly every day. I mean, obviously there was a few days when it was overcast and they couldn't film, but for the best part of sort of 2 months they were here, and then a month earlier just getting everything ready around the station, as I say, building all the all the walls and the sets. But it was one of those things, I think, at the time, it was, once it was done, Eon just took everything back, and there wasn't sort of anything really sort of left. Right. Apart from a few little bits like this, and a couple of other things that I'll show you as well.
Great, well, let's get on to that.
So it used to be one, it didn't have a door, it was just like a one bit.
Oh, it would just be one whole door?
Yeah, it was either one door or 2 bit. I think it was 2 bits that folded out like in the middle.
Right, okay, but they wanted to make just a special...
Yeah, because I mean, you can see what I mean, because otherwise if it's just the door, there's no need to have that bit for the whole bit to what, do you know what I mean, to open.
The hinges on it, you mean. So that was purpose built for the stunts, was it?
Yeah, the door was cut to put in.
So that's one of the carriages, so one of the 4 carriages that was used. And that's just been left out to pasture by the looks of things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things like that, just the railway just have not got the time or the funds. That building behind, Carriage and Wagons Department, see that on the top there, that building?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't here when they filmed in 1982. Right. So the Carriage and Wagons Department were basically, if they wanted to do any work, they were out all weathers, taking shelter. The only shelter they really kind of had was underneath the bridge. So this building was built with some of the money that the location fee that they received from Eon.
Oh right, okay,
so
great. So
I mean, I
have that there.
Yeah, I always joke that it should be called like the 007 shed. It should, like
like they have a stage. We've got the shed.
Exactly. That's what I always like joke. That's why I nickname it that.
Wow, that's a beautiful train. And so, but it hasn't been running for how many years now?
I think it came out of service in 2005. I think that's when the boiler. I mean, I remember as a kid, I remember seeing it.
Right.
Steam equipment.
Oh, Mark, that's phenomenal.
They filmed it in 2 sections.
Right.
So basically, they had like an air cannon on where that section of the bridge is there, air cannon there, and it fired the car across the train as it's coming in, so it looks like it hits, and then they filmed it from the other angle, so it looks like it's hit, so it lands on the bank. So they fired one over that lands on the bank, and then they fired another one from the bank into the river, so when they cut it, it looked
okay,
so it was 2 different bits that they put together.
Yeah, I see. Wow.
In 2023, it would have been 100 years since it's been built, so there's going to be lots of sort of, obviously, celebrations and things like that. So I'm quite glad.
So Mark, where are we heading now?
Oh, we're heading to the West German border.
Where we go?
In Berlin.
Checkpoint Charlie, here we go.
Just take your left.
Through here.
I'm just right through here. The gate. That's the gate that Mishka and Grishka run through, following 009 in his
Clown outfit.
suit.
Wow.
And if you turn, so this is just sort of private.
Yeah.
You can see there, this is sort of like Peterborough, part of the little marina through there, so people have got sort of properties there,
I see.
sort of little summer houses and things
Yeah,
for their
okay,
boats. And then, so he runs up here.
This is it, Jack. Wow.
Yeah, down this direction. Down.
Down the slope there.
They've added some of the stuff here. They've added this.
Wow.
And it sort of clambers out, it kind of clambers out somewhere, I'm guessing sort of down there on the riverbank, I think.
Right.
That's where he clambers out, obviously when they put it together. I mean, it's quite interesting because they started filming that sequence actually in Berlin.
Yeah.
And
Yes, they would have done, wouldn't they?
Black Park, where he's running through the woods.
Uh-huh.
Then it cuts to that little, just a small
then
bit
they would-
here,
Yeah.
and then back down to Pinewood
Huh.
when he's
In the
crashes through the
ambassador's office.
yeah. So that's the part in the film where Bond's chasing. So that his point of view, the camera's up there, filming this way, with the cars coming on the tracks this way.
Uh-huh.
And you can see here, there's like a signal point here, and then it switches it out.
He's about
Switches
to,
it.
and then they go side by
And
side.
then it goes to, this is see where it goes into a double track here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when it goes under the bridge, and Martin Grace is on the roof before he jumps on, and then it's cut. Funny enough, when he does the jump, then it cuts back down to Wansford.
Yeah.
And do you remember the bridge over the A1 that I showed you that had got the shed?
Yes,
You know, I
yeah,
said
yeah.
they used to use that when they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have a shed.
Yeah, yeah. The 007 shed.
That's when the bit in the film where he makes the jump, that's where the jump is.
Oh, really?
And then it cuts, so they've sort of they filmed to make the track look longer than it was. They filmed it.
Welcome to another episode from Tailors with Love. I'm with my friend and co-host, the editor of the Suits of James Bond, bondsuits.com, Matt Spaiser. How are you doing today, Matt?
Hey Pete, I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well. We're matching shirts again. How about that?
Yeah, these white fly front shirts.
Looks a trip on you, Forrest. Matt, today on the menu, we're going to have a look at some of the Octopussy stuff that Roger wore. In particular, I'm going to have a quick look at the clown outfits, the one that he stole from Mishka. And I'd like to get your take on the general consensus of whether Bond should have been in a clown outfit, even if it's a disguise. Did it derail that part of the film? Is it Bond, So let's just crack into it, shall we? He's on the run. He's running on top of the train over in Nene Valley, and he's wearing Mishka's outfit. You've written about this very eloquently on your blog. Can we just learn a bit more about that outfit, please?
Sure. So I can just read off my blog.
Let's do it. Yeah, it'd be like a nighttime reading story, Everyone settle in.
So what I'll say is that the main piece of this outfit is a crimson red polyester or nylon tunic, and it's long enough to almost cover his bum. It has a high collar that closes at the left side. There's roughly a 9-inch placket that extends down the front of the shirt from the collar to allow the head to fit through the collar. The sleeves are full cut, and the square single-button cuff is attached to the sleeve with gathers. A wide black belt with 2 rows of flat brass studs and a large 2-pronged brass buckle worn over the tunic gives it shape to the outfit. Mishka's shirt was made by Cortach in London, but Roger Moore's version was made by his usual shirt maker, Frank Foster.
Interesting. So, Cortach, who are they?
I looked them up, and I don't know much about them.
How do we
I could
know
not
that they
find
did
much.
this? How do we know they're associated?
So there was a shirt at auction, Mishka's own shirt, whether Mishka's or Grishka's shirt. One of their shirts showed up at auction recently, and that was made by Cortach. But Roger's shirt was made by Frank Foster, and because we spoke with Sam and Mary at Frank Foster, they confirmed for sure that they had made Roger's shirt.
Interesting. Okay.
When you make this kind of shirt, you don't forget it.
Yes, I mean it's very vibrant. The fabric as well. It kind of shines through on the screen. So, what's your take on the outfit in whole, man?
So, I mean, one of the things that I like is that James Bond is still wearing his suit trousers, his navy suit trousers, and his black loafers. So he still actually has some of his own stuff going on. But because realistically, he wasn't going to change his trousers. He didn't have time to pull off Mishka's trousers after he killed Mishka.
Yeah.
So I do like how that realism there is part of it. Now, this outfit, it's definitely flashy. It's not a Bond look, but it really works for the scene. I think that line when you have Grishka he thinks he sees his brother, he thinks Mishka.
Yeah.
And it's not him.
Oh.
That makes the whole outfit worth it. I love that moment. And the outfit doesn't look silly. It's not like the clown suit that he wears in the circus tent. David and Anthony Meyer, they do a great job playing those twins.
Yeah.
And this is actually the whole train sequence is one of my favorite moments in the entire Bond series. Just from outside the train, on the train, after that whole thing. I think any of the scenes actually where Bond is wearing this outfit that is not Bond's outfit, despite it not being some wonderful Bond outfit, it's actually one of my favorite moments in the entire Bond series.